Hi everyone, how are you doing? Hello everyone, can you see me? Am I audible as well? Please let me know in the comment section, please. Hi, good evening. Hello Chema, how are you doing? Hi Deborah, good evening. Thank you. Well, am I audible, Deborah? Can you hear me? Thank you. Thank you. Hello everyone and good evening. Good evening everyone and welcome to the Cloud Foundation Virtual Bootcamp with 3 section 2. And I am so happy to see everyone here. And I want to commend your efforts and your progress with your knowledge in cloud computing. I see the assessment. I want to say it's really impressive. So while we're waiting for others to join as usual, I want to start by asking if you have any comments, or sorry, if you have any questions that you want me to answer, maybe question regarding the boot camp, regarding your assessment, while we're waiting for others to join in the next 7 minutes. Can you put that in the comment section so I could help you answer those questions? And for your assessment as well. So the assessment for yesterday, like I said previously, the assessment for yesterday and the assessment for today will be submitted, both will be submitted on Thursday. Okay. So please do well. You have a long period. So please do well to submit. And please, for this assessment, I want you to build up a skill of troubleshooting. Okay. If you notice maybe you launch a service or you're actually to deploy an infrastructure or anything and it's actually failing, when your services fail, there is usually an error message, an error notification. The essence of the error notification is to give you a hint and guide you through on how, no, not to guide you through, is to give you an understanding of why whatever you're doing is actually failing. Okay. So now with that understanding, with that error messages, you troubleshoot. How are you going to troubleshoot? Troubleshooting is a skill that everyone that wants to excel, not just in tech, but in life in generally, because troubleshooting is basically trouble, like you encounter challenges, is basically, I want to go towards this direction. That is my plan, that is my goal. But at the end of the day, you encountered something out of that is totally not in your power. So how are you going to solve that situation? That is where you build up, or that is where you apply your troubleshooting skill. Okay. So now troubleshooting is basically you take that problem, you find the reason why the problem actually encountered and the means to solve them. So what once you've identified the problem, what are the means to solve them? If it has to do with AWS service, if that is what you're trying to launch and you encounter an issue, there is an AWS documentation. And two, we're so lucky. Excuse me, sorry, I have cold. This time we're so lucky that we have what is called AI agents. AI agents that actually gives us response to issue, help us carry out tasks and workflows. There used to be time and way back when we didn't have agents. You literally have to flip books or you have to go and meet someone that have encountered that challenge before. But right now, we have AI agents on our mobile phones, on our laptop. Utilize them. But please, your AI should serve as a tool for you, not AI thinking for you. Because if AI thinks for you, trust me, there are tendency that there might be error in your project because AI are pre-built, the knowledge or the data they work with are pre-trained information. So what about if the AI doesn't have the information that you need as at then? And AI hallucinates. Yes, AI hallucination is one downside of AI that's currently we haven't been able to have 100% way of figuring it how not so AI will not actually hallucinate. But in this case, if you know what you're doing, when an AI gives you a wrong error, you're going to know that no, this is not it. This is not what I want. You have to prompt it again. But if you don't understand what you're doing, you don't even have an idea of what you're doing, you're going to get lost, or AI is going to might guide you towards doing the wrong thing. Okay. So now back to troubleshooting. You use your AI agent to troubleshoot. AWS have an AI agent called Amazon Q. This agent, it literally gives you every information you need about AWS. I'm going to show us that agent in this class and how to use it. If you encounter a problem when you're trying to launch an EC2, you're trying to launch your S3 bucket or whatever services, I'm going to show you how you're going to use AWS Amazon Q to troubleshoot, to get answers. Okay? So these are skills that I want you to have because it's going to help you not just in your tech journey, but in life in general. Okay. You won't have to rely on someone to lead you through the path. Yes, it's we ask our colleagues or people that have experience about something, but let's try to figure it out ourselves. Only when we can't find a solution to that, that is when we can really rely on someone. Okay. So I have the question. It says, please, I would like to, please, can I still submit the one I missed? Which one did you miss, please? Ruth, can you tell me which particular assessment do you miss, please? Can you put it in the comment section? And please, assessment missing, I won't know. There's going to be, this is week 3 from week 4, because imagine you doing an assessment for week 4, for instance, and you didn't do the assessment for week 2, because the assessment, the way I give you, is like building your knowledge. Okay. So if you miss an assessment and you're coming back when it's far gone, I might not. Okay. So Ruth, can you please let me know which particular assessment are you talking about? Is it the previous assessment that we did, which is visualization, or which of the assessments? Please just let me know. Okay. So I will see what I can do. Um, Good evening. Your border card won't work because if you use your email and the card. I gave this information previously. If you want to use a card that isn't in your name, the account has to be in that card. You can't, your brother's name can be Thomas Jacob, and you're opening an account for Ruth Jacob. No. The essence of the card is a means of identification. So if you want to use your brother's account card, then get the permission from your brother to open the account in his name. The AWS account have to be in your brother's name. Okay. Hi, Ad Steph. Hi, Digital Coach. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. So it's 5:10. So we're going to start our class now. Okay, so welcome everybody to week 3, section 2. And in this section, I am going to give you, yesterday we learned about S3, AWS S3. Yes, Woods, please, can you tell me the exact assessment that you missed? Can you put it in the comment section, please? What is the assessment that you missed? Okay. So yesterday we learned about AWS S3, which is an AWS traditional S3 or general S3 storage. Okay, we looked about the different components and the different types of the storage. Okay, so Roots, please, after this class, send me a message privately on Slack. Okay, so we looked about the how we actually did an hands-on how to deploy and launch an EC2 and S3. We launched an S3 yesterday, but the S3 we launched yesterday was in a private subnet. I don't want to use subnet so you don't get confused. It was privately, okay? It wasn't public. So today I'm going to show you how to deploy a public AWS S3 bucket. And the reason for this is most people build their website and store, let's say, a document that they want to actually go public on AWS S3 buckets. So that is why I'm going to show you this. But for best practice, AWS always advise to use your AWS S3 as a private storage. Okay, if you want to use or you want to build a website, AWS always advise to use AWS Amplify. Yes, AWS Amplify service. Yes, I'm going to show you the service later. Okay. So that is it. So if you're joining us for the first time, welcome to our class. This is an interactive class. Okay, so don't be shy. Ask questions. If I am too fast, let me know I am too fast. The essence of me being here is to ensure that everyone understands what is cloud computing at the end of this boot camp, okay? And know how to apply them. So if you're just joining us, my name is Emanuela and I am the instructor for this boot camp. I am a solution architect. Okay, so if you want to see my LinkedIn, do well to follow me on LinkedIn and on GitHub as well. Okay. Now, our learning objective for today. So our learning objective for today, I'm going to explain what is a static website. We're going to understand the basics of HTML. What is HTML in the first place? And the basis of HTML. We are going to create our first web HTML website together on this live. I'm going to show you how to do that because that is going to be your assessment, your second assessment, which is the one for today. And you're going to create an S3 bucket. That is where you're going to host your website. And we're going to configure this S3 bucket, give it the permission so it is accessible publicly using our URL. I'm going to explain the different S3 storage classes. So S3 have different storage classes. So these storage classes, you pick them based on how long you want to store your data, how frequently you actually access this data, and all of that. So we're going to understand the different AWS storage classes. Okay, so when you want to pick any storage class, you know the best fits based on the project. Then we're going to also enable the static host. So the static host, and you're going to know what is an AWS static host, what is the function, when to use it, and how to enable it. I'm going to show you that on your AWS console. And we're going to publicly see our website, how I actually designed it, and how to host it on your URL, then update your website. So this is generally what we're going to do today. So today is more of hands-on, okay? Because I want you to know where to click, how to click, and when to click, because this is a hands-on assessment, okay? Now, recap. Yesterday we covered AWS S3, bucket, objective, versioning, and we actually did a hands-on where we hosted our first S3. Okay, so that was what we covered yesterday. Any question regarding yesterday class? Does anyone have a question regarding yesterday class before we move into today's class? Please put that in the comment section. Yeah, if so, if you have to go and watch the live, okay? Akiola, you have to go and watch the live. Okay, so you understand. Then for the assessment, for the assessment, it's in the channel, the Slack channel. I've given a step-to-step details. So go ahead and do that and submit. That's yesterday assessment has not been submitted. It's going to be submitted on Thursday. Okay. So no, from my end. Okay. At this step doesn't have any question. So does anyone have any question? If no, then we're moving forward. Okay. If you do have questions, please put that in the comment section. So for today, we're going to start with what is a website? What do you understand by a website? Almost everybody, I think everyone in this class, we've used the website before. So what do you understand by a website? When you hear the word website, please put in the comment section. This class is interactive. Please, I need your thoughts so I know where to improve them. I know where to clarify if there's any doubt, okay? When you hear the word website, what do you understand by a website? You're welcome, Akila. So I'm saying go visit the websites. We're deploying a website today. We're launching a website. We're hosting a website. What do you understand by a website? A website is a page that contains information about a company, person, etc. Thank you. Any other different word or any other different meaning? So a website is a collection of web pages hosted on the server. Thank you. Multiple web pages linked together that are accessible via the internet. You're welcome. So, okay, I wanted to ask where is Choma Okeke? I've seen her. Okay, so everyone, you're correct. Your response, you're correct. Okay. This is what a website is. Okay. A website is simply a collection of files that are displayed in a web browser and accessible to the public. Okay. So when you visit Amazon, Google, YouTube, name them, these are websites. Okay. So most websites begin with HTML. HTML is one of the core um, languages that are used when designing a website. Okay. So now we have two different kind of websites. Okay. We have the static and we have the dynamic website. When I say a static website, what do you understand? When I say a website is static or a static website, what do you understand by it? I'm saying, Choma, that is a static website. Digital coach, that is a static website. What do you think I mean? What do you think I mean? Or I'm saying, Art Steph, do you know that's a static website? Or build me a static website. What comes to mind? If you don't know, tell me you don't know in the comment section. I'm going to explain. Okay. So when you hear the word static website, what comes to mind? No, not interactive. Thank you. It follows a standard and it doesn't change. Yes. Yes. So a static website is basically a website that has details, it has information. Okay. It has information like the normal websites you see, where you can see the contact information about the person, images, information about the business, but it is static, meaning it's not interactive. Okay. It doesn't have other services in it. Okay. I think someone said the website was a collection of services or a collection of links. A static website doesn't have that. Okay. A static website is basically always one page. Okay. It's just the front page of a website that you get to see. It's not interactive. Okay. That is what a static website is. So today, the websites I will be showing you, which we're going to host on AWS S3, is a static website. Okay. Now, what is a dynamic website? When you hear the word dynamic, what do you understand? When I say this is a static website and this is a dynamic website, what do you understand? Please, I need response. Response. What happened? Ask Steve, are you at work? I need response. What do you understand when we say a static website and a dynamic website? If you don't know, tell me you don't know in the comment section. Where is Hazi? Hazi is not here today. If you don't know, tell me you don't know, and I'm going to explain. Okay, you're welcome. A dynamic one is interactive, yeah. Okay, so let's explain. Ruth says she doesn't know, okay? And for every other person that doesn't know, now, a static website, like we previously said, it's a website that is basically the front page. Ruth, you know when you clicked, when you wanted to log into YouTube, right? When you put in their URL on your browser, it opened, it displayed the front page for you. So that front page that was displayed on your frame or your laptop or your browser, now that front page, if it is non-clickable, non-interactive, it's just the first page that you see, okay, with the information about YouTube. You can't, it doesn't take you to a different page. That is a static website. So now when you click on you click a button and it takes you to a different file, a different folder, a different service. Okay, that is a dynamic website. So basically, static website is just one page with detailed information about a brand, a person, a company, not changing, not interactive. A dynamic website is a page that have it has the front page, which is the presentation page, and when you click a button, it takes you to a different part or a different business that that particular platform or website actually delivers. Okay, Ruth, is it do you understand now? So static is just one page, not interactive. You cannot click any button and it takes you anywhere. Dynamic, it's basically it has different logics. So static, you can click some buttons and it takes you to a different link, but it's just one build. Why interactive have different folders, different files in it. Okay. Yes, that is what it is, Roots. Yes, it's interactive. Why static? It's static. It's just static is not as interactive as dynamic. Dynamic, you have folders, you have different platforms, different businesses. Like let's say now in a dynamic page, you can have a payments link. That payment link leads you to a third party website to pay. You can have a picture section. You can have different services, different folders. Okay. But A static is just one. You can only have links that like a button that takes you to a different page that is out of that website. Okay, that is what it means. Okay. Uh-huh. Hardworking. Don't worry, your effort will pay off. Okay. So now the next thing is, what is HTML? Has anybody ever heard of the word HTML before? Has anyone ever heard of the word HTML before? If yes, tell me what is HTML. If no, I'm going to explain. So what do you understand by HTML? What do you understand by the word HTML? It has a basic coding skill. Choma. Choma. Choma, this your definition will not kill me. It has a basic coding skill. Choma said it has a basic coding skill. Yes, it is a markup language. Yes. Okay, you're welcome, Ruth. Does any other person have hypertext markup language? Yes. Yes, that's what it is, Choma. That's what it is, Faith. Okay, Faith said no. So, Faith, HTML is a, like they said, is a hypertext markup language. Okay, it's a language that is used to design the website that you and I were seeing today. Almost all the websites have HTML in them. Okay, because HTML is one language that you use to design your markup text. Okay, like the text you're seeing display on this on your YouTube page, you could see a text like "Welcome to our page," "This is what we do," and all of that. Those are HTML languages. Okay, that is what HTML is. Okay, HTML tells the browser what to display. Okay. Okay. He say, I want to display welcome to HTML. HTML, you go there, you write the word, and your computer interprets it and display welcome to HTML. So HTML is a website markup language used to input text that you want to display. Okay. Is that understood by everyone? Does everybody understand what is HTML now? Faith, do you understand what is an HTML language now? If yes, put that in the comment section. If no, please let me know. I will explain again much better. Yes, okay. Chima said yes. Does any other person have an understanding of what HTML is now? If no, please say no. Okay. So that is what HTML is. Jama, like Jama initially said, is a basic coding language. That is what it is. And but this particular language, it's widely used when designing a website. Okay, that is what displays the words, the write-up that we have on our website. Okay. Okay. So next, now this is what an HTML look like. And HTML, you have the opening syntax, which is usually this, which is usually the doc, sorry, which is usually the dot text HTML. That is what opens your HTML. Without this, let me see it, if you can see it properly. So without this opening syntax, your HTML will not work. Okay. So please, because you're going to be using HTML for your assessment, so you have to go through. Okay. In case you miss this particular syntax, which is the first one that says docs text HTML, and you can see it has the question hyphen in front. If you miss that, your page will not work. Okay, so please take notes. So this is a basic HTML template. This is what it looks like. Okay, so HTML has the open syntax that I told you. Then it has the HTML. Now this is where you put in your body. It has the header. The header, when you hear the word header, it's basically what we display at the head of, just like you're writing on your notebook, okay? When you write those very big words or the starting of the word, something like welcome to my class, those are headers, okay? Those are headers. When you see a header in an HTML, it means this word written here is going to show on your website as a heading. Okay, that is basically what it is. Okay, there is header 1, header 2, header 3. So header 1 is usually the very big size of that of display. Header 2, it's smaller. Header 3, it's just like that. So don't get confused, okay? I know most people will be saying, coding, it's as easy as, and I'm going to show you how to use your AI agent, how to go to HTML library, and you take these templates, you tweak them to what you want. It's as simple as that, okay? Now, when you see title, it means I'm telling this is the title I want for my website, okay? When you see body, body is where you write the information, the normal body, where you start writing your notes, like you're taking notes in class. That is the body, okay? Like I said, when you see H1, it means this is going to display it. That's the big headline we're going to see. Like you can see on my screen where you have basic HTML structure, that is H1. Okay, that is HTML H1. Okay, and where you see this text, the other text that displays this funny languages that I know you might not know right now, that is the body. Okay, that is simply what it is. Okay, nothing difficult. Does anyone have a question? Do you have a question before we move forward? Do you understand what I just explained? If no, tell me where you don't understand and I'm going to explain better. I just need you to just know so that when you see a line of code, when you're doing your assessment, you might have an understanding what is going on, why it's failing, okay? Because you might mistakenly delete one line, so you know. So do you understand? Okay, understood. Thank you. Any other person? Do we all understand? Do we all understand the structure? How do we know the right syntax to use? How do we know the right syntax to use to get it work perfectly? Okay, so now I said I'm going to show you that later because I'm going to show you that later. But I just need you to see the structure. I'm going to show you how you're going to know the right syntax using AI, using your HTML, which is the company template as well. Okay, so I'm going to show you that later. Okay, Mabong. So understood? We move forward then. So now this is a HTML tag, all explained. Like I explained before, you have your HTML where you see H1, it means it's displaying a big header. Where you see H2, is displaying a small headline. Where you see P, it's a paragraph. Where you see IMG, it means image. Where you see A, it means paragraph. Okay, that's what it is, nothing else. Okay, that is what it is. Okay, now moving forward, we're going to build our profile. Now, Imabon, this is where I'm going to answer your question and you see how to know the perfect one. Okay, we're going to build our profile. Okay, so this profile, it contains of the HTML, CS file. That is all I used for this profile. So this profile, you can build it and use it as your GitHub profile page. Okay, well displayed. I have detailed the AI prompts for you to use to get a very nice profile. You can tweak it and customize it to your taste, to your choice. Okay, so now I'm going to switch to AWS. And now our AWS, what we're going to do, I'm going to show you the HTML file that I have designed. Okay, we're going to test it locally to see if our HTML file is working. Okay, I'm going to create a bucket. All of this I will show you. I'm just telling you through. I'm going to show you, I'm going to create a bucket and we'll all see it. At step, remember you asked yesterday how to create a public bucket, right? I'm going to show you how to create a public bucket and host our HTML file in our AWS. Okay, and this is going to be our website, right? And now we're going to upload this file. And when we upload this file, it will be displayed. You can copy the URL. I will give you the chance in this class. You're going to copy the URL, type it in your browser, and it will display in your own internet as well, without restriction, because we are going to give the public access. Okay. And yesterday I showed you how to unblock public access, right? I'm going to show you how to block public access. Today I'm going to show you how to unblock public access, okay? And show you the static website that we built, okay? I'm going to show you the static website that will finally built. Show you how to put in and get your bucket policy. So bucket policy is one thing that you need for your website to work on AWS. So I think it's Imabong. I think it was Imabong that asked. I'm going to show you how to get your public bucket. You don't need to cram this code. No, we don't cram code here. We understand codes, what problem to solve, and how to get them. Okay? Going to show you how to get your AWS public bucket. You don't stress yourself to cram any code. Understand the code. Yes, so it's free because you're using S3. But immediately you're done with your tasks, you delete them. Remember I told you yesterday, setting up or launching an AWS S3 is free, but you pay for the files and the folder you save in them. Okay? But setting up is free, but you pay for the files and the folder you set up in them. So that is why after every setup, you have to delete, okay? So we're going to launch our website and you see it. Okay, so let's start. Now I will switch to AWS. Okay, so this is my AWS page. Okay, now we are in our AWS page. Before I start, does anyone have any question? We're doing hands-on. This is practical. This is not me coming here to tell you. Before we go in on practical, does anyone have any question? Does anyone have any question before we go in with practicals? If no question, please put no question so I can move forward. If you have a question, please put in your question, okay? Does anybody have any question? Okay, Chema, you said, well, I don't understand. Is it if we leave the file that it attracts? Yes, yes. Just uploading a moment, no. Does it attract? No. Currently, no. Because we'll be using, I told you AWS have different storage classes, right? So we're using the storage class that is free tier. Remember I told you there's something called free tier. So we're going to be using a storage class that is free tier. Okay, please. But since you're using a storage class that is free tier and we're just deploying this like for a few minutes, no. Okay. But when you keep it and it accumulates lot of times, then it's going to, you're going to incur bills. Okay. But for now, no. And for your practice as well, if you don't keep it that long, I think no. Okay. Is that understood, Chema? Okay. Um, can I delete my IAM account and open in? Yes, but why? What happened? Akiola, what happened? Coach, please, I want to know how the training can be useful for me in the long run, please? I don't know if you understand me. Okay, Faith, for me to tell you how the training can be useful for you in the long run, I need to know, are you a student? Are you in a particular career? If yes, what career? Then I could know what to tell you. So just give me that detail in the comment section, okay? Are you a student? If yes, okay, what are you studying? Are you already working? If yes, what is your niche? So with that, I will be able to answer you. Okay. So while we wait for Faith, I will move on with the class. Okay. So Faith, just put that in the comment section. In accept of if you have any other question, put that in the comments. We're going to address them. But right now, we'll just move forward. Okay. So this is our AWS account. Now, as usual, for you to be able to find your S3, if you don't have it already, you come in here, you type S3. Okay. Once you type S3, you can see it says scale storage in the cloud. This is the one we want to use, okay? You click on it. Now, we've clicked on it, okay? Remember, I told you yesterday, S3 bucket have different types. It has the general purpose bucket, it has the dictionary bucket, it has the table bucket, it has the vector bucket, right? In this case, and for this boot camp and for our assessment, please use only the general bucket. I explained yesterday, the purpose of general bucket is for general purpose, like the word general purpose. That is what it is. It's for general purpose, okay? You are using dictionary when you want to store files that needs to be arranged in a particular order, okay? You're going to use table bucket if you want to store file in a table format. You are going to use vector bucket if you're dealing with AI projects. Okay, so all of this AWS bucket type, you choose them based on the project. So our project for this boot camp and for this class and for your assessment, it's a general purpose bucket. Please bear in mind. Okay, so you're going to click the general purpose, and now you come here, you click create. Okay, now when you click on create, by default it is on general purpose, but please, when you're creating or launching any service, always read through. In case in yours it is the bucket type is in dictionary, please take it back to general purpose just by clicking on it. Okay, once you're done, you come here, you see where it says bucket namespace. What is required of you there is to put in a unique global name. Remember, I told you yesterday, your name has to be unique. Okay, the name has to be unique. If the name is not unique, AWS is going to reject it. Okay, your name have to be unique. Now, for the sake of this class, and you're going to click the one that says global namespace. Don't click on account regional name. Account regional name is when you want to use it for a specific region. Okay, but for this case, we're using it for global because I want it to be accessed everywhere, even by you in Nigeria, by you in Italy, by you anywhere. So please keep it on global namespace. Okay. Now I'm going to come here where you see the bucket name, you are going to put your unique bucket name. So in my case, let's say my, okay, my web page. Okay, so I'm giving it my web page. That is the name I want to give it. Hopefully, let's see if it's available. If it's not available, AWS will tell you the name is not available. Okay, so now I've given it the name. If you want to, for this copy settings, leave it, please. For your copy settings, leave it. It's optional, it's not mandatory because we're not copying any folder from anywhere. We're copying only our folder, so leave it. Then you come here where it says object ownership. Please, for object ownership, leave it on access control list. Okay, enable leave it on access control list recommended. Okay, don't change it. Then now you come down. This is where, I don't know if Ade Steph is in class, but this is where it gets really serious. Remember yesterday we did the same task, but we did not open untick the public access. We left it ticked, right? That was why it was not accessible to the public. But for this particular class, we're going to untick it, which means we want this any folder in this particular bucket we're creating. I want it to be accessed globally, not just regional, globally, publicly. Okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and I will untick this. Once you untick this, you see you've given it access. Okay. Now you come here, AWS is giving you the warning. Do you want to make the bucket public? You go ahead and you click this. I acknowledge I want to make the bucket public. Okay. Then for versioning, leave it as disabled. We don't want any versioning enabled for now. Okay. Now we go for your encryption, leave it the same. Okay. For bucket key, leave it enabled. Okay. Every other thing, leave it the way it is. So the only thing, leave it the default setting. So the only thing you're going to be doing is you put in one, you pick in general purpose, which is a bucket type. You put in your global name, your unique global name, and every other, you untick the public access setting. Every other thing you leave it default. Okay, you just you acknowledge here. Every other thing you leave it default, and then you come here, you click create bucket. Now you're seeing AWS is telling me the name already exists. Can you see that? Can we all see? Did we all see that? AWS is saying the name already exists. Okay. Did you all see that? If you see that, tell me yes in the comment section. Okay. You're an undergraduate. Okay. 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 Please, Faith, can you be specific? You're an undergraduate. Okay. So, what area? I need to know your area of specialty and all of that. So, I tell you, cloud is broad. Okay. Please specify. It is showing me a message that I don't quite understand. I have done all of the tasks. Please, what Akiola, what particular is showing you message you don't understand? Then the next question is, Ma, you mean to say dictionary bucket? No, I don't mean to say dictionary bucket. Dictionary bucket is for a different purpose entirely. Please don't pick dictionary bucket. Pick general buckets, not dictionary bucket, okay? So yes, so now you can see my unique name, which I pick, is taken. It does already exist. So I'm just going to put here, let's put pages and see. Oh, it says failure to create API key. This specific name is already taken. It's still, that name is still taken. So we are going to change our name as well. So where is it? That name is already taken. So what am I going to um okay, let's just join it. Web pages. Let's see if it works. This already taken. Okay, let's do Emma web page. Let's see if taken as well. Is this taken as well? Okay, so you don't use capital letter. I forgot. You only use small letters. Okay. So let's see. So Emma web page is available. Okay. So I have created the bucket. You can see bucket created successfully. Emma web page. Before I move forward, any other question? Any question before we move forward? Okay, any question before we move forward? I'm a teacher and a content creator. I am not in tech. In fact, this is my first time in tech world, but I use AI a lot and I am enjoying it. It must say it have been uninteresting. Okay, fine. Faith, I'm going to answer you at the end of the class, okay? So just remind me at the end of the class. Does anyone have a question before I move forward? Akela, you said something I didn't understand. Please go on with your question, okay? So I understand you and I could provide answer to your question. So does everyone understand what we just did here? So I successfully created a public bucket, not a private bucket, a public bucket. Do we all understand? Is there any question before I move forward? Any question? If no question, please can you put no, I understand. Can you put understand, I understand in the comment section. If there's question, please go ahead to answer your question before I move forward. Okay, so Chioma understands. Any other person? Are you serious? Let's see. Are you sure I'm using dictionary? Oh my God. Please don't say. Let's go to properties and see the one we deployed. Please don't say. Don't say. Did I use dictionary? Let's see. Bucket. Let's see. Bucket properties. Oh my God. Don't even tell me I did use dictionary. No, I don't think I did. So these are bucket and these are bucket type. So, oh my God. Yes, I did. Thank you for telling me, Jerry. Now I'll have to delete it. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so proud of you. You were seeing all through. Thank you. Oh my God, Imabong, thank you so much. I'm so proud of you. See, she saw everything all through. So do you guys know what happened? I picked, I don't know, I picked general. I don't know how I ended up deploying dictionary. Thank you so much for letting me know. So I have deleted that one. So we're going to install again. So please, these are things you have to ensure. Hazi, where have you been? Yes, I know you just joined, and I've been asking after you. Where have you been? Oh, you didn't get the link for to join the class on time. Oh, so sorry. So sorry. I don't know how it happened, to be honest. Ajoke, I don't know how it happened. But truly, Imabom, I'm so proud of you. Okay. So I have. So now let's go. I don't know how I did that. No, I think I did the right thing. Now I think I'm okay. You know what? Let's just do it. So we're choosing general. We're using the same name. So Hazi, welcome. Sorry for that. You didn't get the link. You would have asked in the comment section. I'm so sorry for that. Okay. So web and page. Please use only please use only the hyphen. Don't use underscore. This is not allowed, okay? Underscore is not allowed. AWS will not allow you to use it. Okay? But if you encounter any problem in deploying, AWS will always tell you the reason why, okay? Okay, so now with that being said, we're going to deploy. Now I have created a detailed step to step on how you can use and deploy this. Since this is our bucket is created. What to do now is, first, for your case, what to do, you are going to have your HTML file already in your folder. Okay, you're going to have your HTML file already in your folder. Okay, you're going to have your HTML. Thank you very much. You said I was pronouncing dictionary instead of directory. Thank you. But I deleted it still instead of directory. But thank you. But I deleted it and I had to deploy it again. Thank you so much, Imabom. Thank you very much. So for your case, yes, it was general. The digital, it was general. So she was saying it's directory is sort of dictionary. So that was the confusion. But I have created it again. So the initial one I created, it was the general bucket. So she was saying I was pronouncing it dictionary and not directory. Okay, so that was the confusion. So now for your case, you are going to have your HTML file already in your folder. It could be installed on your laptop, desktop. It could be in your download page, but it has to be together with your HTML file and your S3. No, 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 it's okay. It's okay. Thank you. Thank you for correcting me. It's fine. Okay. So now I already have my HTML and my CSS. Okay. I will show you right now on my folder. I don't know, my folder is, I have that saved. You just come here. But before I upload it, let me show you the templates on how you can get it. I think it was Imabom that asked how to get the HTML file. Two ways to get your HTML file. Number one, you could go to HTML library. So when you come to HTML library, I'm going to share my screen with you. No. So when you come to your HTML library like this, here you see where you see the S3 school. Here, Imabom, you ask question on how to get and how to know. This particular site, you can get your HTML syntaxes and you use it on your page. Okay. This is one way I get my HTMLs. Okay. So based on what you want to solve, you click on it and it's going to give you a detailed template like this. Okay. It's going to give you things like this. You copy and paste, arrange it just the way you want. Okay. Now, the next one is using your chat GPT. Imabon, does this answer your question? So this is how you adopt your HTML templates. Okay. I always use this. The website is w3school.com. But if you want the faster way, you could use your chat GPT, which I already did for you as well. So I'm going to share that other one. Imabon, did you get the name of the website? So I'm going to share this other one for you. So I'm going to give you a detailed step to step. Now, this is the one I have gotten and arranged step to step on how you can get your HTML for those that don't like coding. Okay. I don't want you to be discouraged. Now, I have a detailed HTML file, which I'm going to send to you as well, and a detailed this prompt This is called the AWS policy, bucket policy. Without this prompt, we can't have access to our buckets publicly. Okay, so I'm going to give you this. You would use them in your assessments. Okay, but if you can source and if you want to get more knowledge on how to get HTML file, CSS file, you can go ahead and do that. Just visit w3 webs w 3 website.com. Okay, w3website.com. That is the HTML library. You can adopt there, tweak them to what you want. Or else you can use Cloud AI, you can use ChatGPT, tell them to give you an HTML file. This is what you want, this is what you want. I have given a detailed prompt I've given a detailed prompt on what to put in ChatGPT to get the HTML file. This is it here. Okay, you copy this and you paste it. Okay, that is how you're going to get your HTML file and your CSS file. Yes, it is. Yes, it says w3school.com. Okay, so you can go there and adopt anyone. Now, with that being said, I already have my HTML file. I have my CSS. So what we're going to do now, you've created your page. You're going to go to the bucket you've created. Now you click on it. Once you click on that bucket, you come here where it says permission first. You come to permission. You click on permission. Okay. Then now you go down. You see where it says bucket policy. You click on this edit bucket policy. Okay. Now you come here, you paste the prompt which I have given you. Okay. Now for me, I will have to edit this and put in my own bucket policy. So now where you're going to get, you would have to come here first of all. So first of all, you have to come to your bucket. There is something called ASN. ASN stands for Amazon Resource Name. This is more like an ID for everything you create on AWS. Oh, sorry, I thought I was sharing my screen. I'm not. Oh my God, sorry guys. So Amazon ANS simply means Amazon Resource Name. Yes, thank you, Ajoki. I will share it now. Sorry, Debbie. Amazon Resource Name, okay? Amazon Resource Name, it's applied for all your AWS resources, okay? This is the Amazon Resource Name. You're going to copy your Amazon Resource Name, put it in your policy, and deploy it. That is the only way you can have public access after unticking the public access security that we did previously. Okay, so to get your Amazon ANS, you come here, you click on the buckets. Okay, I'll go back to the buckets. So this is the bucket we created. This is the Emma web page we created. You click on it. When you click on it, you come here where it says properties. You click on properties. You see where it says Amazon Resource Name. You copy this. So you copy your Amazon Resource Name. Okay. And now you paste your Amazon Resource Name here. I'm going to share that screen for you where you're going to paste it because mine is blown. You're going to see it. So you're going to come here. So you see here, I have given you a template to use. So this is the policy, right? You see here, I said your bucket name. So this is your Amazon Resource Name. This is what you put here. Okay. You have to put in your Amazon Resource Name here or else it will not work. Okay. You put in your Amazon Resource Name over here. So once you put that, you copy it and you paste it. So now I'm going to put in my Amazon Resource Name to deploy. Okay. So let's go back to our AWS. So to get your Amazon resource name, you come over here to your bucket, you copy it. Just click on this button over here. I have copied my Amazon resource name. Okay. Then the template I have given you where I said your bucket name. Go in there and paste it. Okay. Paste it over there and you're good to go. Then you copy the whole template. You come here, you go to permission. Okay, you go to permission. Once you go to permission, you scroll down, you're going to see something called bucket policy. Okay, now you click on edit. Once you have the edit, you come here, you paste the bucket policy. Okay, once you paste your bucket policy, you come here, you say save change. Now you can see buckets successfully edited bucket policy. You close. Once that is done, we come back again to properties. For your properties, you're going to enable your static website. This is if your static website is also not enabled, you can't have access to the internet. So you're going to enable static website. You see what is written here, static website. Can we all see static website? Can we all see the static website written? Can we all see the static website written? Okay, thank you. Add Steph, you're back. Okay. Now, that static website currently now is disabled, okay? For you to get your website publicly, you have to come here, click on edit, and on edit, you click on enable. For your enable, you can see once you enable it, you could see host a static website. That is what we want. Please don't click on redirect request for an object. No, we don't want to redirect the request to a different domain. We want only static websites for this purpose. Now you can see here where it says index document. Okay. Now for your index document, but I advise you to use index.html. Okay. But if you use a different name, let's say you use adstep.html, ade.html, please, that is the exact name you're going to put here. But I advise please use index.html because HTML files are most times sensitive to names, okay? So you don't encounter or run into any problem, especially when deploying your first website. So we are going to come here. My document name is index.html. That is what I use. So we're going to put it here. Index.html, okay? Now, you see where it says error document. It's optional. But this error document, what it means is in case your page is not deploying, okay, you want to put in, and you wish to put in another page or a document that is going to display and say, so maybe it's a document like, sorry, this page is not available and all of that. This is where you put it. But in this case, where I am not using that, okay, so you leave it blank. And now you come here, you click on save. Successfully edited static web hosting. Okay. Now, once that is done, you come back here to your objects. This is where we do the final touch. Okay. Then now you click on your objects. Now remember, you already have your HTML file, you already have your CSS file. If you want to put in an image or a picture in your website, your picture have to be imported into the folder, into the bucket as well. Everything you want to be in that website have to be in the bucket. Okay. That is how the computer can read and also give you the response. Okay. If the file is not in that bucket, it will not work. Does anyone have a question before I move forward? Does anyone have a question before I move forward? Yeah, good evening, Uche. Does anyone have a question before I move forward? So far, we've enabled all of the security policies. Okay, Chema says she doesn't. Okay. Does any other person have a question, please, before I move forward? Okay, so in absence of any question, we're going ahead now to import our files. So you click on add file. I already have my file, okay? So I think it should be my folder. Where is that file? Okay, so my file is here. I'm just going to import all of my files. So I'm importing my HTML, my CSS file, and the image that I used. Okay, so all my files, you can see them. These are all of the files that I use. You can see it's written HTML, which is my text HTML, my image, and my CSS file. Okay, these are just the three files that I used. Okay, then you come here, you upload your file. You click on upload file. Once you upload your file, we're all done. You close. Because right now we've given security access, which is on we've unticked the block, page block. We've put in our policy, which says give public access to this bucket. Okay. We've import our folder. We have our HTML file and all of the file that we need for our website to run. Okay. Now everything is set. All is set. Now to get your website address, which is usually called the URL, you come to your property, you scroll down where you have your static, you see where you have the public website endpoints. Can we all see the public website endpoints? If yes, put in the comment section, please. Can we all see the public website endpoints? Can we all see the public website endpoints? Yes, okay. So now that public website endpoint simply means your URL, you copy it. So once you copy, now we're going to display, okay? So you come here. So I'm going to share a screen with you. So what's the question? Do we pick a random image? How would you pick a random image to use? Okay, so Ajoke, it's totally up to you. Okay, so whatever image you want to use, I was thinking you should use something that's you should design something you're proud of. Okay, this assessment, it's whatever you want to design is totally up to you. I'm not telling you what to design for your website, but I was thinking you should design something you're proud of. Okay, whatever image you want to use, you have an image as your YouTube page, right? If you're proud of that image and you want to use it, go ahead. But I advise use something you're proud of. And if any of you decide to build a website portfolio of yourself, let me know. I am going to guide you on how to deploy that portfolio on your GitHub. But this is only for those that are serious. I will not force you to do this. If you decide you want to do a website portfolio that you want to have in the long run to show to recruiters, to do your project, and you want it to be your GitHub website portfolio, I am going to guide you. But this is an addition, but only for those that want it, okay? Because this is solely what you want, your desires. Okay. So please, I advise it's your choice, but please design what you are going to feel proud of. Okay. Okay. I'm going for a website portfolio. Okay. So now we already have everything. We've copied our endpoints. I'm going to share my screen with you right now. Okay. So um you see what we have deployed. So share screen. So I'm just going to take one of the browsers and put in my IP address. So let's see how it goes. Okay. So let's work with this one. I have our endpoint we've copied. You just come in and you put it in. Okay. You can see my endpoint. It says the bucket name which we deployed, which is Emanuela Web Page. Okay. So you can see the bucket name Emanuela Web Page, S3 website, US East 1, AWS, Amazon AWS.com. You click enter. So this is what we have. Okay, so I will share the website now on the comment section. Please put it in your browser and try and let's see. Okay. um so the endpoint is in our browser. Can you type that in your own internet and let's see how it goes, if you can access it from your internet? Okay, everybody try it and let's see if we successfully deployed our internet. He said it's getting data code. What is the genge? What is, okay? Tell me now. What is the genge? Good. So everyone, try it. The endpoint is in your browser. Try it and let's see if you can have access to my portfolio that I just deployed on AWS. It's working. It worked, right? So this is how to deploy it while the website is cool. Okay. Yeah. So that is how you're going to deploy. Art Steph is not here, but she can go back and watch the video. So this is how you're going to deploy a website, a static website on AWS S3. Okay. Does anyone have a question before we move forward? Does anyone have a question before we move forward? So you can see I have a clickable button here. So when I click the connect to LinkedIn, because I added my LinkedIn, it takes me straight to my LinkedIn page. Okay. Because I added my LinkedIn, it takes me straight to my LinkedIn page. Once I click, once I click this button, it takes me straight to my LinkedIn page. So if you want to use it as a portfolio, you could add your LinkedIn page. Okay. So this as well is my GitHub. This one here, I added my GitHub page, my LinkedIn. This is my LinkedIn page as well. So both up and down. So once I click on it, it takes to my LinkedIn page. So if you want to do the same, I am going to give you the prompts to use on any of the AI agents you want to use, or like Imabom, if you want to adopt the HTML, please visit w3school.com. Okay, you'll be able to adopt it. So let's ask questions, please. Like magic. Imabom, can you stop? What is the sorry, digital code, what is the magic? Are you scared? Digital code, all of this your gang, it like magic. What is all of these exclamations? Tell me. Which area are you surprised or scared or concerned? Please question in the comment section before we move forward. 5 minutes from now. Questions in the comment section before we move forward, please. So Chema said, but when we delete, yes, Chema, yes, yes. So Chema, once you delete this from your AWS, okay, you won't have access to it anymore. That is why I say only serious minded people should tell me. I will show you how to deploy this on your GitHub as a page like this, and you're not going to pay a dime. It's free. Okay, but this is only for those that want to build a portfolio website and you want to use it on your GitHub. So I will show you on how to deploy it on your GitHub, and it's free. But this is only for those that want to deploy a GitHub portfolio website, because this is solely your decision. I will not tell you to deploy a GitHub, and at the end of the class or at the end of the boot camp, you're not going to be doing project and putting there. No, I want people that are serious, that wants it. You tell me, then I will show you how to deploy this on your GitHub. Choma, I trust you. The last time, yeah, you can. Yeah, I know you can do it yourself as well. So you can deploy on your GitHub, and it's free. Okay. Okay, so let's start with the question. How long until it expires, Ma? As long as it is in my AWS account, I didn't delete that folder. I didn't do anything with the folder. It's going to stay there. So once I delete that bucket, you cannot access it again. So I'm going to delete the bucket in a bit. So you try to see if you can access it. You will not be able to access it again. So as long as the bucket is in your AWS, it's still public, you can access it. But once you delete it, you can't access it anymore. But it can stay live forever because it uses AWS CloudWire. Yeah, so like companies deploy on websites and they pay because websites makes them money, and they're willing to pay. So for you and I, that it's just for training, and for you that you're using it for you want to use it for portfolio, you don't need to deploy on AWS. For portfolio, we have sites that you can deploy for free. You can deploy on GitHub for free. You can deploy on Vercel for free. You can deploy for Netflix for free. So, but these are only for those that want to build a portfolio website like this or something better than this, but they want to use it as their portfolio website. Okay. So you let me know. So, what other question? For the file, are we going to prepare and keep it as a PDF? No, no. So very good question. So for the file is not PDF, okay? The file is an HTML file. So I have given you a guide. I wrote a step to step, just the way I usually give you a step to step during your assessment. I have written a steps to step detail on how to do this assessment. So the file is not an HTML file. Sorry, it's not a PDF file. It's not a Word file. The files you're using is an HTML file, a CSS file, and your image if you decide to put an image, or your links is if you decide to put a link. So these are the files you're going to use. And I've done a step-by-step guide, which I'm going to share shortly after the bootcamp, after this class, sorry. Okay. Um, Hi ma'am, how can I find clients I have experience to build project ready website? Um, for that, it's I don't know, really. That's totally out of this class question. So maybe that's for doing mentorship. But for this particular section, I can't answer that. But doing mentorship, yes, I can give a guide. AI is my best friend. I can't wait to yeah, utilize it. Yes, do your magic with it. Okay, do your magic with it, but ensure whatever magic you're doing. So after we deploy to GitHub, if we delete the resource on AWS, can it still be no, not be accessible? So I think I've answered every question. I will do that shortly. Choma, I'm going to do that shortly after the class. I will post the assessment in detail um after the class. So but I have posted the one for yesterday. No, 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 no. Imabon, don't sleep in my Slack, please. Please don't sleep. Nobody should sleep in my Slack, please. Please don't. I work as well. I go to the office. Okay, you guys should know I go to the office. So if you're sending me messages, uh-huh. So please, ma'am, share the material on Slack. Sure, I will. I'm going to share the detailed assessment step by step on how to do it. So in absence of any question, we go back to our slides, okay? Okay, so now we've deployed our website and endpoint and it's accessible globally. So that is how to deploy your AWS static website on AWS S3. Okay, so for AWS, like I said, to do it, you need your HTML file, upload it, refresh the page, and that is all it is. Okay, it's very simple if you pay detailed attention. Very simple if you pay detailed attention. So real world scenario. Can someone give me a company website or page that you think you can deploy on AWS using this static page? Can you put that in the comment section? Which AWS, which let's say you're a director, member of you're someone in the decision making team of the company, you're the CEO, CTO. Can you tell me which of your static page do you think you can deploy using this AWS S3? Can you put that in the comment section, please? While we're doing that, I'm going to share and show you the AWS. I remember I talked about the AWS storage classes. So I will show you. I think someone asked about that question. So answer the question in the comment section. What static page do you think you can use this for and you're willing to pay? Our vision page. Okay, correct. Any other person? Correct, yes. You can use it for your vision. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can. So I'm going to Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to delete your buckets. Before we do that, okay, I'm going to first of all show you how to see the different AWS classes. Okay, how to see the different AWS classes. I'm going to show you the different, when I say AWS classes, I'm talking about the different types of AWS storage that we have. Okay. Merciful says service and products. Yeah. So this is where you can see your different types of AWS classes, so you can choose the best one for your company. Now, these classes are chosen based on accessibility. How often do you access this file? Okay. Do you access this file every day, every week, or once in a year, once in 6 months? Okay, this determines the storage class to choose. Okay, now it depends on accessibility, it depends on region. Am I deploying or am I launching this S3 bucket in a particular region? If you don't want, just the way I shared the endpoint URL, it was accessed globally, right? If I use a region-based storage class, you can't access it globally. Only people in that region will be able to access it. So you can access it globally because I chose general purpose global access. But if I specify a particular region, only people in that region will be able to access it. Okay, so these are the things you need to consider when choosing an AWS storage class. And the storage class you choose is going to determine the price you pay, the amount you pay. Okay, so now since we've already deployed our bucket, to see your storage class, you come here. There are different options, different ways to see the storage classes, but we'll just come here, we'll click on our bucket, okay? Now, you see where it says action? No, not here, sorry. Yeah. So you see where it says action, you can see edit storage class, okay? So when I click on it, it's going to give me different storage classes, which we're going to see. So these are all of the AWS storage classes. Okay, so we use the standard, which is the global one. That is why you can access it everywhere. So the standard, if you want to use the standard AWS storage class, it means your document or your document or your folder or your image, anything you store in that AWS bucket, you want to be accessing it frequently. Okay, frequently access data. That is what you store in this particular class. Okay. Now, if you have a data which you are unsure of, you don't know how often you want to access this data. So let's say you're storing your company database on AWS S3 and you don't know how often your data analysis team will need this document. You use the AWS intelligent tiering. Okay, this one. Okay, you use this one. Okay, now this is the amount you get to pay per bucket. It has given here per object fee applying for bucket. This is how much you pay. 128 gigabytes. This is how much you pay. Okay. Now, for documents or for folders or for file that is infrequent access, let's say 1 month, you're sure that this folder it's only accessed every 1 month. Okay, you use the standard infrequent access. When you see the IA, it means infrequent access. So this one, you're sure every month I am going to use this document for, let's say, for auditing, for analysis, you use this one, okay, which is this one, okay, the standard infrequent access. Because why? You're sure. Now, if you want just for one region, a particular region, you want it for a particular region and it is infrequent access, okay, but you want a particular region, you use this one, which says recreatable infrequent access data. Okay. Now, if you don't access the files, like you access this file like one in 30 days, no, once in 90 days, once in a year, and all of that, you go ahead to use the Glacier instance retrieval. Okay, you go ahead to use the Glycer instance with favor. Okay. If this file, you retrieve the file in 90 days, but You don't mind how long it takes for the file to roll and roll and roll. Like before you get it, you don't mind the speed of retrieval, okay? But you know the file, you need it in 90 days or you use it in 1 year, but you don't mind the speed. You use the Glycer flexible retrieval. So it means I don't mind the retrieval, okay? Now, if the file you're using, you access it once in like 6 years, or you don't even know if you're going to use the file at all, but you just want to keep it safe, okay? You use the Glycer Deep Archive, okay? Now, these are all of it. We have the reduced redundant as well. So these are all of the classes. You choose the classes based on your usage, based on accessibility, based on frequency. Okay? Does anyone have a question? Does anyone have a question? Does anyone have a question, please? If you have a question, please can you put it in the comment section? Okay, so what's your question? Mal, did you use AWS? No, I used the standard. I used the standard. I used AWS standard. Okay, because now I use AWS standard because if I am hosting, like someone said, you're hosting your um core value page, it will be accessed frequently, right? Yes. So in that case, you have to use a frequent access storage bucket. So, but the parties we did, I used the AWS standard. Okay. Yes, Christian. Please go ahead and ask your question, please. Merciful, please go ahead and ask your question. Does any other person have a question? Please go ahead and put the question in the comment section. Remember, ask questions. This is your assessment. This is your assessment. Okay? Please ask questions. Does any other person need clarification? Deciding the bucket to use is dependent on your project. Okay? If your project, and if you're working on a project and you decide to use AWS S3 storage bucket for your storage structure or your storage for that project, now you have to ask your boss, you have to ask your team, how often is this data going to be accessed? How often do you need this data? So their response to this determine the storage class you're going to choose. Okay, so it's not dependent entirely on practitioners. Okay, it's dependent on your team. It's dependent on your team. But if you are in an organization and you have a solutions architect, it's dependent on the solutions architect. But the solutions architect doesn't have the final say. But he or she is going to give your director or the board of trustees the reason why she chose a particular storage. And then the board of trustees, or depending on the rule making decision in the organization, anybody that calls off the final shots will now reason and make a decision based on the information that the solution architect or the cloud technical person have given them. Okay. The assessment, the assessment will not choke. Don't worry. It's easy. Okay. It's easy. Very easy. Any question? You guys are just crazy. Any question? What is with these assessments with choke and it will not choke? And it will not- The assessment is easy. Trust me, and you're going to be proud of yourself when you finally carry out this assessment. Okay. Someone said the higher we go, the harder it gets. Is a lie. I say you guys should ask questions. You guys should stop pouring all of these things. It's literally easy. When you see the step-to-step guide I gave you, huh? You can deploy it closing your eyes. Trust me, it's easy. And see, the way I teach you, I wish someone taught me like that. When I was learning cloud, I was solely on my own. They give me projects and they tell me go and research on how to solve it. That's the truth. They give me projects, deploy an S3. No means of how to deploy them. They will not even show you click this, click this. But I have told you, I have shown you 2 days now how to find your way around S3 buckets. An AWS interface is an amazing interface. You just need to read through. So for those of you that it will be your first time to be deploying a website and dealing with something like HTML, CSS file, I have given a step-to-step guide on what to click, where to go, and all of that. I just need you, don't blindly follow my instructions. Follow my instructions, understand them, and apply them. Okay, don't blindly say, instructor said click here. Okay, I click here without knowing why you're clicking there, without no analyze it, know why you click there, so that when you encounter same project and there is no step-to-step guide, you can close your eyes and do it. Okay? You just say, I just pray I will be able to do. Why wouldn't you? You'll be able to do it. Yes, learning on my own was tough. Trust me. I literally held my hands and learned. And you know the funny thing of learning on your own, you even learn I don't know for others, but I teach myself way better because I don't stop. If they tell me deploy an S3 bucket, okay, with a web page or a portfolio, I don't just stop there. I deploy a dynamic website. This is me pushing myself. Okay. And when I come to class and I tell our instructor, I did this, and it's like, okay, okay. So, but I don't expect you to do that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, okay? Okay, ma'am. If you step to step, yes, the step to step is really long, Ajoke. Yeah, the step to step guide, but it's a very detailed step to step. Okay, I'm just reading all of you guys' comments. You guys will not keep me. I said ask questions. Ask questions. In absence of any questions, then we'll move further. Okay. Okay. No. 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 Sorry. I'm going to show you how to. I'm going to show you how to delete, please. Remember, delete everything. Delete everything, okay? So now let's delete this. And after we delete it, try accessing the URL again and see if you can see it, okay? So to delete now, we go on our page. So we click on the buckets. For you to be able to delete any bucket first, you have to empty your bucket, okay? So we have to come here and delete everything in our bucket first. We come here and we put in, okay, and you press delete object. Once that is successful, you close it and you go back to your bucket right now. You click on it and you can successfully delete your bucket. So we come here, we click on delete, and then you type in the name that you use. Emma slash, what is the name again I used? Emma slash web slash page. Okay. Once it's that, ensure there is no space. If you have space in between, it will show error. It will not even highlight the delete. Okay. It have to be exactly that way. You can see successfully deleted bucket Emma website page. Okay. Once that is done, we go back. You can see you don't have Emma website page here anymore. Okay. That is how easy you delete. As simple as that is deleted. Okay. Now remember I told you I said I'm going to show you the AWS AI to search for things. Come here. If you don't have it on yours, come here and type Amazon Q. This is it. Amazon Q. Okay. Don't go for Amazon Q business. No, this is an agent for business. Don't go for Amazon Q developers. This is for developers. It's strictly for coding. Go for Amazon Q. This is for general purpose. Okay. You click on Amazon Q. Okay. Once you click on Amazon Q, you can get started. I don't want agent or anything. I already have here. You just click on it and you literally go. You can just start chatting and asking questions. Most times I play with it. What is the service I have running in my AWS account? Okay, you can use it to literally check for anything. I just asked it what service do I have running in my AWS account? You can see it's going to analyze all of my AWS accounts, the services I have. If it indicates or if it finds a service that is running, it's going to tell me this is the service you have running. If it doesn't find anything, it will tell me there is no service running. So let's just wait for it to finish. So this is how you can use. This is the purpose why AWS built this agent. Okay, this is why they built this AI. This is an AWS AI that understands everything about AWS cloud. Okay, so please use it. Use it as an assistant. So you can see I just finished deploying a lot of things and I don't want to stress myself to start looking for which service and which service is not running. So I just asked, it's going to analyze my system and tell me which service is running. Okay. So it's just checking. Why it's checking, please put in the comment section any questions. Any question in the comment section? I've been hearing this assessment go choke, oh, this one will happen, oh, digital coach says it's gang and all of that. Whatever concerns you're having, put in the comment section. Let's answer it, okay? And I think, Faith, you were asking a question at the beginning of the class. I forgot the question you're asking. So now you can see it has given me services. These are the services that I have running. You can see it. These are the services I have running. Can you see it? It has given me services I have running in my AWS. As simple as that. You can see it. I have Lambda function running. I have S3 bucket running. I have DynamoDB running. Okay? You can see. So it has given me an analysis of all of the buckets I have. As simple as that. Easy peasy. Okay? Please, this is the reason why AWS built this in the first place. Use it as an assistant, not as your brain. It shouldn't take over your sense of reasoning and decision making in a project. It should assist you. Okay? So please ask questions. Any other question? I'm going to send the attendance now. Any other question, please? Attendance is in the comment section, okay? Please, if you have any issue with attendance, let me know before you leave the class. Any other question? Attendance is in the comment section. Any other question, please? Yes, that's the name. Amazon Q. That's the name. It's an AWS AI. Okay, it knows everything about AWS Cloud. Okay, that is the best AI agent to use for AWS Cloud. Okay, use it to find informations. How do you get to use the training after lunch? I don't Faith, I don't understand your question. How do you get to use the training after learning? Okay, to use the training after learning, you said I think you were the one that said you're an undergraduate. Now, if you're an undergraduate, do you want see cloud is very vast. Cloud is vast. There, if you want to specialize as a data analyst, then the storage areas, the analytic services are for you. Security services are for you. If you like coding and you want to specialize in building applications, the EC2 components, the AWS agents are for you. Docker, containerization, and all of that are for you. If you like AI, who said she likes AI? I think it was Ajoke. Ajoke said she likes AI and all of that. The AWS AI services are for you. So literally anybody can pick a niche, an area in tech that you like and focus in that area. So how you're going to use the cloud um, services that you're learning? It's for you to pick a niche, build strongly on that niche. Like we said during the onboarding, if any of you want to pursue a certification after the boot camp, I can give you a guide how to pursue a certification. So this boot camp is really informative and useful. You need to like decide on where to use. Okay. Like me, I'm a solution architect. So for a solution architect, you don't choose a particular niche. Like there are different niches, yes, but you need to know almost everything that is happening and the softwares. Because as a solution architect, we see the bigger vision of a page, the bigger vision of a project before it starts. So you can't see the bigger vision of a project without knowing the tools, the application, or where the project is headed. So AWS Cloud is really important, but you need to pick the area that interests you and focus in those areas. Okay. S3, please. S3, yes. Yes, S3. S3 is the today's topic. Which form is saying sites can be reached? Um, Akiola, which site is saying can be reached? Is it the sites that we deployed? Okay, thank you. The link is working. Okay. Try another browser, okay, if you're referring about the attendance because others are filling, okay? There are a lot of AI automation you can specialize in. Okay, so please now, so as usual, always delete your services after you're done. Please delete the bucket, delete every resources. This is so you don't incur bills. Please, I don't want you to incur bills. Okay. I want you to use your AWS credits wisely. Please. Secure your AWS. Like I said, always secure your AWS. Okay. If you've not enabled multiple authentication factor, please go ahead and do so. Never use your root account for your day-to-day activities like project like this. Use root accounts solely for administrator purposes, okay? Administrative purposes, okay? Now, for this section, we explained what is X3, we understood objects, different buckets and objects, object key, S3 storage classes, versioning yesterday, S3 security buckets, parties, and we created and managed our S3. Okay. I didn't say AI is the best for. I said AWS have an AI agent, and the name is this. This is the name. This is the name. It's called Amazon Q. Is the AI. Okay? This is an AI. It's called Amazon Q. Okay? Please, have we all filled the attendance? This is our assessment. This is a brief assessment. I'm going to give you detailed information in Slack channel. Okay, I'm going to give you that in the Slack channel. So knowledge check, we understood what a static website is, why we have a home page name. We understood what an index HTML is, and we deployed our S3 static websites today. Okay, are you all proud of yourself? Are you all proud of yourself based on today's class? Did you enjoy today's class or not? If yes, please tell me yes, you enjoyed. If no, tell me why. So while we're waiting for that, what is no, Uche? Uche, can you tell me what the no is, please? While we're waiting for a response, Uche, please tell me what is the no. Is it attendance or the class question I just asked? Okay. So while we're waiting for that, next class we will be talking about Lambda and databases. This is really important, especially for data analysis. Okay. Databases, it's really important for data analysts. Okay. So that's what we'll be discussing next class. We'll look at Lambda. I will show you how to deploy Lambda and your data, AWS database services. Okay. This is important for especially data analysts. You work with a lot of data, and I'm going to show you the services that are in AWS, and we're going to do a hands-on specifically on RDS. Okay, on RDS AWS database. What happened to the attendance, Uche? Were you unable to fill, or what happened? Please, can you be specific so I can address questions? As always, thank you very much for the class. I didn't follow at. Yes, I noticed there at course of work, but I will go. Yes, I noticed you didn't follow. I was looking for you everywhere. But it's okay. You can always go back to the live, okay? Because I know you asked questions specifically for this particular topic yesterday. Okay, but glad this is a live section, so go back and watch the live again. If you have any challenges when you're carrying out your assessment, please let me know. Okay, and trust me, I'm proud of you. You're really doing well. So yes, I enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Ruth. Thank you. I'm proud to have come this far. I'm proud of you as well. I'm proud of you. So yes, we're proud of you to thank you so much. Thank you very much. The attendance, have you filled the attendance now, Uche, please? Fill attendance before we leave the class, please. Digital coach, have you filled the attendance? I so love how you teach and I enjoy every bit of it. You're welcome, Debbie. It finally worked. Okay. Good to know. Okay. Very proud of myself and I'm proud of you too. You've done a great job. Thank you so much, Faith. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. And I'm super proud of everyone. Trust me, I will always say it. I know how you feel. Learning something new. I was once here. But you know the funny thing and the most important thing? When you get a grasp of all of this, no one taught me like this. Trust me. I was self-studied. Why even I paid for it, but I still self-studied. But you know the important thing, the knowledge and the researches I did myself that I am still doing till today, it's one thing that makes me stand out. Okay? You see, those times where you're facing that challenge and you troubleshoot. The last time I gave an assessment, someone really made me happy. She encountered a challenge and she wasn't able to deploy the IP address, public IP address. When she submitted her assessment, she said, I faced this challenge, but I troubleshoot. I did my research and I solved it. I was really proud. Her name is in my head. I don't think I can forget her name. Really. Only that seeing her assessment, I smiled all through. This is what companies employ you for. They employ you to solve problems. So if you don't know how to troubleshoot, how are you going to solve the problem? Okay? And trust me, I'm super proud of everyone. It takes courage, it takes willingness, it takes determination to always wake up every Saturday, every Sunday. Someone say I always look forward to coming to class, to come to class, to learn something totally new. A lot of you, this is your first time in tech. I think it was Fitz. Yeah, someone said this is my first time hearing anything about technology. This is your first time in tech, but you still show up every day. That's to tell you the drive and what you want to achieve from it. Okay. Thank you. Finally understanding the cloud thing and I've been hearing about. Yes, digital coach. Every one of you will understand. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Will you take us on? Okay, so I'm going. This will be on the end during the end of the class. Okay, Imabom, if you like Azure, yes, preference differs. Okay, if you want Azure, I will show you briefly. Okay, I will show you briefly. Okay, but that is not during the bootcamp. Maybe a day before our mentorship class. So I'm going to show you briefly what Azure looks like and all of that, okay? But not really into detail. So in case if you want to adopt it, okay? Okay, I'm going to show you briefly. And is Azure better than AWS? No, no cloud, no. Okay, so I'm a technical writer as well. Okay, so I write on technical platforms. Okay, I've written about this. You can go and read it up. Azure, AWS, GCP, Alibaba Cloud, Oracle, and oh, there's so many. No cloud is better than the other. Okay, you choose based on the cloud that suits the project you're working with and the money. How much will you be paying on AWS? How much will you be paying if you chose Azure? How much will you be paying if you choose GCP? What would they give you? What services are you getting? These are one of the things you think. No services, no cloud service is better than the other. You consider based on, do I have employees in my organization that know more about AWS? Or do I have employees in my organization that knows more about Azure? All of these things you think about. So no cloud platform is better than others. Okay? The good one is the one that suits what you want to adopt it for. Okay? Shall go and do your assessments, everyone. Oh, everybody, thank you so much. Thank you. Digital coach has said go and do your assessment. Oh, yeah, its class is over. Thank you, everyone. I'm looking forward to having your assessment and I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. Okay. So please, if you want to read up on you want to read up on Lambda or database, and the specific database AWS we're talking about is RDS, which is Regional Database Service. If you want to read up on it, you can go ahead and read up on it. Okay. But with that being said, I will see you guys next week Saturday. Okay. A lot while trying to deploy my institute to be assessed. I slept late and woke up early just to continue on it journey, but I'm glad I was able to. Yes, yes. Okay, so thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Take care. Bye. Please, I can't create my bucket and I send you a DM. Okay, I'm going to check. I'm going to check your DM right now. Okay. So take care, everybody. Every other thing, let's meet in the Slack. Okay. Bye.